Buff Nation, what is going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Hey, we're about 36 hours, 48 hours removed from that absolute beatdown from the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And what does Colorado do moving forward? I'm going to discuss a little bit of a preview, some things that I'm looking for, hoping to see this week, the opportunity that CSU provides. Colorado going to get into that. So y'all be sure to smash that like and subscribe. Of course, leave your comments below. I want to appreciate and say I appreciate and welcome all the new subscribers coming in from my live stream. That guess that's the only silver lining is that, hey, at least we got some more eyes on Buff Nation. David Talks Buffs after that Saturday just beat down. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Coming up on Saturday in prime time, another opportunity to put on a good show. Put on a good show against North Dakota State. Kind of boring, not that great of a show last weekend, right on NBC. I think this time will be on CBS. So, what am I looking to? Well, we did not really respond after that beating against Oregon last year. We never truly bounced back and found our, in my opinion, our true top form, reaching our true potential. You know, this team playing a full 60-minute game where they're dominating, right? We never saw that resilience. We never really saw, although we did fight in certain games, we just never saw it all come together after that beatdown. This is a very interesting crossroads right now with the Buffs and the Coach Prime era. Is this team going to repeat what we saw last year after Oregon, similar to and with Nebraska this year? Or is this going to be a different team that demonstrates resilience, that gets better as the year goes on? Is the coaching staff going to demonstrate an ability to adjust, to put their players in the best position to be successful? Are we going to see creativity, or are we going to just see stubbornness from a game planning perspective? I think that's what we're all kind of frustrated with, was that I think on Saturday night, what did we see? We saw a stubbornness out of our coaching staff. And that falls under Coach Prime. It is his responsibility, and it's my expectation that he's going to get this right. I want to see that happen. This is a tremendous opportunity to right that wrong from last year, to actually show that this is a different team than in 2023, and our ability to bounce back from disappointment. That's something I've talked about all offseason long. I want to see what this team does if they get punched in the mouth, right? I want to see that. So we have a tremendous opportunity against CSU, little brother. This is a bad football team. Now, you could say, especially after that performance against Nebraska, we might be a bad football team too, right? So this very well might be a close game. I want to see Colorado win this by double digits, no doubt. But as we know right now in this era under Coach Prime, our wins do not come easily. We've had one blowout win, and that's really about it. So most likely, especially in a rivalry game, this is going to be probably a little bit closer than some anticipate, including myself. So what do we need to know about this matchup? First off, Northern Colorado. CSU played Northern Colorado. This is a terrible FCS team out of Greeley. Used to be coached by Ed McCaffrey. Just didn't work. That was true daddy ball out there. Did not work. But all love for the McCaffrey family. Anyways, CSU did what they should have done. Double-digit point win. Yeah, 21-point victory against Northern Colorado. But then they go to Austin. Sorry, I'm getting this backwards. Previous to that, they opened up at Austin against the Texas Longhorns, where they just got absolutely beat down. I mean, Texas, yeah, they're totally a top 5, top 4 team in the country. They very well could win the national championship this year, which I think would be really cool to see. Absolutely beat down. Texas took care of business. They didn't overlook their opponent. They absolutely obliterated Colorado State. And so, yeah, they come in here 1-1, just like CU, both 1-1. And yeah, I think that there's an opportunity for us to play. God, can we just play some complementary football on both offense and defense? Can we get rid of the ball? Can we show a willingness to mix up the formations, to show some creativity on offense, right? This is a good opportunity. I don't want to hear any of the excuses of if we come out running a vanilla offense saying, oh, well, we're just trying to save stuff for conference play. After that type of beating that we took against Nebraska, that's not going to fly with me. You're not going to hear me using that excuse. That Nebraska should have been a team where we were very creative on both sides of the ball. And particularly on offense, it was just a lot of the same stuff and a lack of adjustment. And pretty much what we've saw, regardless of coordinator, whether it's been Sean Lewis or Pat Shermer, the one constant there is, in my opinion, and really, I guess it is fact, it is Coach Prime. Like, is Coach Prime going to get control of his team and coaches and say, guys, we have to start attacking these defenses with a little bit more creativity, or else we're going to see what happened as previously, like Nebraska, UCLA. These guys are just going to tee off on our offensive line, and they're not even going to have to worry about the run because we're just not going to run it. So this is an opportunity for us to show a little bit different of an approach. Maybe I'm too optimistic thinking about that. As you guys can tell, I'm teetering on the dark side this week after that beatdown, y'all. I'm teetering on the dark side. Y'all got to help me out. But let's get into some of these defensive and offensive team rankings. I think that would be pretty cool. So let's take a look at this. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. Right now, Colorado is averaging on defense, giving up 391.5 yards per game. Whew, that is tough. 238.5 passing, 153 on the ground, 27 points per game. That's right. Now, on the flip side, though, if we look at CSU, what they're doing. Give me a second. We can see, so they're giving up 421 yards per game, 273 in the air, and pretty much almost as much as we are, 148.5 against the run, 34.5 points per game right now. This should be a team where we should be able to have some balance. My hope is that the coaching staff understands the importance of this and they institute this. If Shador's checking out of runs, check some of that ability for him to do that. I think we saw that checking out of the run game early against Nebraska didn't do us any favors. So I think that, again, you could say, well, they've played a really good team in Texas. Okay, but they also played a really bad team in Northern Colorado, just like, we've had a Power 4 opponent and an FCS opponent. So I know these stats aren't totally perfect, but I think it does give an interesting picture that we are facing a defense that is vulnerable, just like our defense has been vulnerable at times. But again, when we go to the offensive side of things, my expectation is that we keep Colorado State Rams under 25 points or so, right? We have our best points performance so far this year. Right now, they've scored 19 points per game. 309 yards of offense. They average 182 on the ground and 127 through passing. Yeah, that $600,000 quarterback ain't playing like that. Nicolosi, man, he should have taken that money and ran. But yeah, biggest thing right here to realize is that Colorado State runs the ball, and that's what you have to do. For most teams to have a chance in games and be successful. 182 yards. This is a team similar to North Dakota State. They're going to come out and run the ball. It's going to be very important for us to stop the run. And let's put the ball in Nicolosi's hands. See if he can replicate his performance last year. I think with our improved pass rush, I don't think it will be the same, but we'll have to see. Now, in terms of Colorado's offensive performance so far this year, averaging 20.5 points per game, so just a little bit better than Colorado State's. 382 yards of offense, again, lower than what Colorado State has done, and we are averaging, of course, a low in the conference, 37.5 yards rushing per game. I think that if we're going to get this victory, we need to have more than that. or like get this victory in dominating fashion. We need to have more of that. If it's going to be a very similar game plan to what we saw last year, where we don't even care to try and establish the run, I think that could lead CU towards a closer game. But this is an expectation that I have with this team, or my hope rather, is that we see some true adjustments. We see some true resilience here with our team, and we prove not only to ourselves but to the rest of the world that this is not the 2023 Buffs. But of course, guys, you let me know your thoughts in the comments. What are you expecting from this matchup against CSU? Please let me know. And I will be back with some more videos tomorrow. Thank you guys as always. Smash that like and subscribe. Go Buffs.